I suffered a bit last night. So my plan was to get here, run my gas line, install my furnace, and then insulate this bedroom. It got down to 20 Fahrenheit last night, and I was working yesterday, my fingers are getting so cold. I was pretty much done with the furnace, and I lost this one little piece, and I searched for it for so long. I had it in my pocket, and I was crawling around under the cabin running the line, and it fell out of my pocket, and that was the very last place I looked. Anyway, I got done with the furnace at 8 p.m. and then made dinner, and I just went to bed. It was kind of like sleeping in front of a campfire. I probably would have been warmer if I made a fire outside of the cabin and slept by it. I've got to get this room. That's my main goal today, is to get this room insulated. Batt insulation will actually perform pretty well up to its rating. This is R19 if it's installed correctly. The most common mistakes are over compressing it, not getting a proper fit around electrical boxes or wires, or leaving it too short and having a gap at the bottom or top. But if you install it with care, it'll work really well. And if you're wondering why I'm not stapling it, it's because I don't have any staples right now. I generally cut it 1 inch long. These stud bays are 8 feet, so I'm cutting it 8 foot 1 inch, getting a slight bit of compression, but making sure I don't have an air gap at the top or bottom. And then I go back and tape any tears. For this bedroom, I'm putting all my electrical in this inside wall. That should also help make this insulation perform better. The plan for this bedroom is that the head of the bed is going to be right here. I'm going to have a DC reading light on either side of the bed, and then also a DC USB charger on either side of the bed. And then I'll have probably a fan on the ceiling to blow the heat down, because with the cathedral ceilings, it's just going to rise to the top. And I'll probably have one AC outlet on this wall as well. I used this to make scaffolding when I was doing the roof, and then I never took it down. So I'm going to take it down, and I'm going to put those big green insulation boards up here to try and keep some of the heat in the bedroom tonight. I nearly took out my thermostat right there. So yeah, I jerry rigged up my door, keep heat in here, and I put all this screen board up, and I got, you know, a lot of the insulation done before I ran out. Good morning. Slept much better last night with heat, but I still don't sleep all that great down here. It's like heat, but it's only like 45 degrees. But it feels nice when you go outside and come back in. This little thing's a beast. I mean, it really pumps out a lot of heat. If I had this thing fully insulated, the walls closed off better than this, I think I'd be plenty warm. Yeah, I'm still missing these pieces. Not the greatest looking day out. Overcast. I'm eating my favorite cereal for breakfast. When we were kids, my dad would go to the store and buy like 15 boxes of whatever was on sale, usually Cheerios. And my mom would go to the store and she'd buy this. So as kids, we'd eat the good cereal and be like, Mom, we're out of cereal. Meanwhile, my dad's 15 boxes of Cheerios would just sit there until he instituted a rule where we weren't allowed to start a new box of cereal until the previous box was gone. Don't forget to brush your teeth. So I thought you all might get a kick out of this. I think every cabin needs a cabin gun that you rest by the door or hang over the door. This Winchester Model 94 has a neat story behind it. This was my uncle's gun. Well, he's not really my uncle. When you're Italian, everyone's your uncle. I guess he's my dad's cousin, but you know, in an Italian family, everyone's your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, whatever. So anyway, this was my uncle's gun when he was in military school in Vermont, and he used to get a lot of deer with it back in the day. And he was kind enough to give this to me. I just really think it's a neat gun, and it really goes well with the spirit of the cabin. It's in great shape. It's 32 special. No arguments about 32 special versus 30-30 in the comments either. They're both nice. So this is gonna sit by the door. I'll always have this down here with me. It'd be neat if I could leave it here, but you know, because of theft, I don't dare do that. So you guys can get a good look at that. This is my style. I really like lever guns and bolt guns. It's kind of what I naturally go for. And this thing, I just think it's so neat. It shoots straight. I love open sights. Here's my tool shed that I started to make. Kind of got into this and then abandoned the project. I pre-built it at home, the frame of it in pieces, and then threw it in the back of my truck and carried it down here, and then I started siding it. That's just 30-pound felt and then strapping. I was thinking about siding the cabin like this. Let me know what you guys think of that. With the shingles, I mean. Kind of, they seem to age and fit in with the wood setting. A little moss growing on them. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. You can actually kind of see the back of the cabin now. Can't really see it in the summer. my makeshift insulation. I had to take the last one off to work on that fuse box, but I had another one there. It was pretty well closed off. I spent like 2 hours doing something I'm just going to take apart. That's my problem. I'm not efficient at all. I need my wife's organizational skills here. Once I get a wood stove in, she's gonna come down and help me.